Should we talk about Year of the Reaper?
I would love to.
Okay.
I don't know if I have a whole lot to say about it. I just have one little, I don't know. I'm at that point that I'm so in love with it that I don't have an opinion. I'm blinded by love.
Yeah, I think we're already recording, so we'll just keep talking about it.
Perfect.
Yeah, I really like it. So I sat down to read it last weekend and I read all 9 chapters. And I was like, now what do I do? Because I have to wait. And it was so easy to get through and it was so good. And yeah, so I can understand you're blinded by the love thing because so far, 2 thumbs up.
How do you say his name?
Cass? Hold on, I fucked up. Hold on, I'm so sorry. I cannot get comfortable today. What is happening? Forward, reverse. Bump it, twist it, what is it? Bop it? Does this look
Yes, in front. Yes, in front.
Okay,
Yep. There it is. There it is.
Is it? I don't believe you. I feel like it looks stupid.
Well, okay, maybe do. It's a little tough because it puffs out from your glasses. I don't know. Behind the ears again?
I wish I could hear you like this. It doesn't really matter.
No, not that one. I'm so sorry.
You look like Theo Vaughn.
You look like yes. I think it's better with them in front. I don't know if is it weird if you tuck them into your glasses so they don't puff around your glasses?
I promise it looks weird. We're gonna rock the mullet. It's like, how do I do this every other week that we do this? Like, how I've had bangs for the entire existence of this podcast, and all of a sudden I don't know what to do with my hair. It's like, where do I put my hands? Where do I put my bangs? I don't know. Anyways, okay. Let me open up my little app because I gotta look at names. Just even
no, not how do you say his nickname? How do you say his full name?
I don't have any clue, actually.
Me neither. I've been going back and forth because I think
Cassia.
There's like Spanish. Cassia Pus. No, because the E's in front of the U. So it'd be Cassia Pes?
I think Cassiopeus, what I said.
Cassiopeus. That's like me calling Lydia from Crescent City her son Acetone for the whole book.
How's it spelled? How is it spelled? Cass?
It's Cassia, nope, we're already wrong.
Cassia.
Peus. And I'm thinking there's a Spanish like twist on that because I'm guessing, is it Ventilla? Ventias. 2 L's sounds like a Y, right? So that one would be Ventias. So this one would be Cassiapes. I kept seeing Cassiapues, but the E's in front of the U, so I can't be right.
Cassiopeius.
Cassia Pues?
Cassiopeius.
Pies.
Chia?
Cassia. A lot of places have Cassia, but they don't have how to say what the fuck this full name is.
You are looking at Julian's
Yeah, I can't imagine it's a very
pronunciation
popular
guide where
name.
we
Is
look
there
at
any
how
sort
to
of
pronounce
origin
better
on that
some of the
name?
most-
Hold on, there's so many things happening. I think it's just
Sorry.
no. It was me. There was a video playing. I didn't know it was gonna play right away, and then I was like, you and the video, and I was like, oh, coming at me from all angles.
Cassiopeius.
Can you hear that?
I cannot.
Cassiopeius.
There's a Cassiopeia lipstick. That word I could. Oh, I forgot the U.
You are looking at. We are looking at how to pronounce
Cassipius?
these names and
I bet it's
more.
Cassipius.
Cassipius.
Confusing names too many people mispronounce. Stay tuned to the channel loads to learn here. Cassia.
No, that just doesn't quite look right. It doesn't. It just doesn't look like a Cassipius. I feel like, yeah.
Cassio.
Cassiapeus.
Google Translate says
Cassiapeus.
Cassiapios.
Cassiapios.
Cassiapeus.
Might not be right.
Cassiopeius.
Oh, Google Translate on the English side.
Cassiopeius.
Cassiopeius.
Cassio?
Cassiopeius.
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 I like the nickname Cassia. Significantly better. Significantly better.
Yes.
I think I want to talk about something in these first few chapters in regards to Cassia. I think that it is so rare that there are stories and conversations from a male perspective. Now, this is a male perspective written by a woman. What is the acronym for that from last week's episode, Kristen?
MWW, male written by woman.
Yeah.
Male written by a woman. MWW.
So, MWW, he is like, it's so rare that you get like a perspective of trauma from a male. Mm-hmm. So he's been under some abuse from being in this confined prison cell, and he like doesn't like people to touch him. He can't be close to people. He doesn't want anyone to touch him. And I think it is so interesting because there's many stories where like women don't want to be touched and it's very obvious, but it's so rare to hear from a male perspective. Now, for example, we do learn some of that like in Akatar. Rhysand doesn't like to be touched, but he doesn't give that personification where Cassia is it's very obvious to where people are like notice like when he pulls away, especially how do you say her name?
I've been saying Lena.
That's what I've been saying too. So Lena, she's noticing his.
However, her full name is Annalena. Annalena.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I saw that full name, I was like, no. No.
That can't be right. Bobby said this wasn't a spicy book.
I was like, ooh.
I do like the Spanish setting though, because like so much of the books that I read is like some in an English setting. I'm really loving like the description of the architecture and the Spanish influences of all of it. It's a really great change of pace and or like change of like environment. I don't know, it's all in my head. Like I don't know what you're looking at, but it's different for me.
It's so fun to be in a new place. I say for my reading nook.
Yup.
And you want to know the really great thing about only reading about this change of scenery? You're not in the humidity of these Spanish places.
Honey, I live in Michigan. You live in Houston.
Well-
We know humidity.
Well, the humidity with the heat.
That's fair. It's kind of chilly
That
out
is
today. It's windy. It wouldn't
It's
be
95.
it wouldn't be so bad if it weren't for the wind. The most Midwestern saying besides oh.
Oh,
Oh.
oh. Can I get the ranch? Oh my God! Quick aside: have you ever been? You've been to Buffalo, New York, correct?
Correct.
You're a well-traveled individual. Do you know that in Buffalo, New York, they make fun of you for ordering ranch?
Because blue cheese.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Also, our poor little waitress was very caught off guard. Waiter, it was a guy. When we were like, "Can we get some ranch?" And he's like, "Oh, where are you guys from?" Texas, Alabama, California, Utah. And he was like, "Oh, never mind."
It's like oops.
It's like you couldn't tell by this thick Alabama accent
The South.
that it's not from here. Anyways, sorry for the aside.
No, you're good. It's
the whole
funny.
Midwestern thing.
I started it. I did.
My brain was like, word association.
So Kristen and I texted about this, and I brought it up to my aunt today too. I only read up to chapter 9 because the one dash.
Oh yeah, we could not figure this out.
Yes. So okay. So like 1-9 is how it's written. So is it 1 through 9? Because that makes
That's what I would
me.
think.
Yeah, because that makes me think you read up, you stop at chapter 10, or is it 1 to 9 where you would stop at 9?
Well, no, because if it was 1 to 9, like if you're excluding the numbers you're seeing, then you'd be 2 through 8.
I didn't read chapter 10 yet.
I didn't either because I can't keep
chapter
my
9.
opinion to myself.
Chapter 9. I have not read chapter 9 yet.
Yeah, so we both stopped at 9, but we just didn't know how
There's a
the
motor.
written word works.
Okay, it might be fine. If you guys hear a motorcycle in the back, I'm sorry. I live on a road and it's Michigan in the summer. I don't know. You're going to hear a lot of cars and rowdy people because it's a very busy main street. So,
And we don't have fancy studios.
no, I literally work right there. Like my job is like staring at me all the time. It's also my gym.
Don't look at me.
Right there. That's in my gym. I don't have baseboards. Like, come on now.
Welcome to the behind the scenes.
Real life. Thank God.
If you haven't figured it out yet, this is just a picture. It's not real books. Behind the scenes secrets.
somebody, and I love this somebody, whoever you are, is going, oh, that's not real? I just thought it was
It's my mom.
It's my mom. Hi, Jody. Yeah, so I'm super excited for this next chapter because like where we ended up leaving off was not a place I wanted to stop reading. It didn't shout to me like this is a good spot to stop. I was like, I really want to read chapter 9, but I don't know if I should.
Yeah, because this is a nice little slow introduction, right? We don't really have that I caught on to like a point to the story yet.
Yeah. Yep. It's
Like
like
Cassia. he's just back in his hometown, which, depending on how you feel about your hometown, is traumatic enough.
Yeah, especially in his situation when he finds out that one guy and he's like, take his hand. I was like, super casual, Cassia. Okay, just take his hand.
Yeah.
Fucker deserved it, though.
Over a girl. Over a girl.
Crazy.
It is kind of wild. But, like, I would say that has to be one of the wildest things somebody has done, like a side character has done for a love interest.
Yeah.
Like, that was wild.
That was very...
And it almost... They were friends in childhood, though, right? Or just around each other, just around the castle.
Though
I guess you
he
can't
alludes
really
to
have
them like
friends.
going to school together and training together and like stuff.
Yeah. But I guess if Cassia was high ranking and rich, I guess he might not actually have real friends, just frenemies. See, this is why you got to be very careful who you hang out with, because
Mr. Serial Girl took it too far and he almost died. Yeah, and like obviously we meet Sorn. Is that her name? Sorne? Sorn?
that sounds right.
She like we meet her instantly because she like bursts into his room and like hugs him and he's like mortified by it. And then like she for how quick everything is happening in the beginning of this story, it's so well done. Like it's so well orchestrated. It feels like it flows pretty, because there can be stories like I read a story this week and it was the second book of a duology and there was just, I mean, there wasn't good it was a lot of spice. This has no spice. And there was like too much spice and it just like how it jumped to the next thing was so like whiplash. And this is very elegantly like this journey that you're going on.
Yes. And you know what I like about it, though, is that, like, the journey segment is short, right? So we're not sitting on a horse for 3 chapters with, like, 87 lines of dialogue that may or may not really add any background. You know? Looking at you, Richard.
I have so much thoughts about that, too. Just can't wait for that episode, because there's, like, I have notes on that shit.
I have one very funny comparison that I can't wait to bring up for that one. But, yeah, like, this is short and to the point, and they ride, and people fall asleep, and then you get to your destination, right?
It's perfect.
You know? And the other thing is, dialogue is very hard to write without it sounding, like, awkward and cringy.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like the dialogue in this book. I don't think it's super cringy or uncomfortable or forced to get a point across.
Yep.
Ah, Cassia, I see you have black hair, and you're like, nobody would say that out loud.
Yeah.
But they don't do that. I feel like it's very good dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
Also, here's my theory. Am I allowed to throw out theories yet?
Yeah.
I think Cassia is the Reaper.
What makes you think that?
1, he sees dead people. 2, when he buys clothes, they were all black.
Oh, that makes sense.
I think he's a Reaper.
Along with the title.
A Reaper? The Reaper. Yeah. I think he is. I could be wrong. It happens.
I think
once
you're
in a
right.
while.
This all makes sense now that you say it. Like him talking.
I thought
to
I had
dead
more to back that
people
up, and then it was just the 2 points.
I don't know how I forgot. It's because I've been trying to distract myself from the book for a week so I don't pick it up and read it again, because I'm very impulsive like that when it comes to reading books. I forgot that's such a big thing. And I forgot he could talk to dead people. Or see dead people and talk to them or whatever.
Yeah.
He's so sweet. He buries that guy. The whole conversation. How
Yeah.
gross, though. How, bleh. Like, how, bleh.
I don't know. Yeah, and then with the plague and everything, right? It's giving very 2020 vibes.
Oh, yeah, I
But I
never
guess
even thought about
actually-
that.
But I guess it's more the Black Plague with how much people are like the
Bubonic.
oils.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. That in and of itself is a horror that I don't want to live through, of being like, oh, I woke up with a boil on my body. I now know that I have exactly 24 hours until I die.
I don't know what I would do myself.
I don't know either. There's got to be that delusion. There's got to be that delusion of like, no, it's just a blister, or I'll live through it.
Yeah.
I know it's a sign of death, but I'll be fine, right? Humans are really good at delusion.
Yes. Also, I feel like I would just be like, have like ADHD paralysis where I just like know it's gonna happen, so I can't do anything. I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, and then I do nothing, and then I just die.
So those challenges or those questions where they're like, if you only had 24 hours left to live, what would you do? And you're like, fall into ADHD paralysis.
Honestly, there'd be so many things I would want to do, and then I would be like, I don't know what one to start with. I don't know which one is more important. What one should be the higher priority? Like, there would be so many things going on in my head. Like,
But also, I have an appointment, so now I can't do anything.
yep. Yep. So I'm excited for this next chapter. We're gonna go and film the podcast episode now for this week, and then I'm gonna read Year of the Reaper before bed. So I hope you guys do the same.